Hey everyone, welcome to my first try of making a YouTube tutorial for nail art. I've been watching a lot of tutorials over the last weeks and I've actually created my first own look, which is why I decided to start with this one for the tutorials. It's a look for Easter. I don't know how you celebrate Easter, but here we have special decoration for it, here being Austria. We take Palmkätzchen, which internet translated for me as pussy willows, and we put them in big vases, and sometimes we hand colored eggs on them, which is very pretty. And in order to be able to carry this holiday happiness around with you, I decided to create this look. So let's do this. So the most important step, whatever kind of styling you do, it doesn't really matter. The first and most important step, I'm sorry if I repeat myself, is always a base coat. I'm not using a normal base coat, I'm actually using a nail hardener because at the time of applying the base I also want some more protection and actually do something good for my nails, which is why I'm using a nail hardener. Also, these dry really fast, so you don't really have to wait very long. The next step is to apply the base color used for the look, which in this case is plain yellow. You might want to use a lighter or a darker yellow. You could also go for light green, but I'm using yellow because it's the color of the egg. And eggs are very, very Easterly, so I went with this. Also, it's sunny and we want more sunshine this spring, so let's go with this. You can use any kind of brand. I'm not really a nail polish brand kind of person. I believe they all work if you use them correctly, so I'm just going with a Be Pretty one, which is basically a no-name brand from our local store. The colors are different from brand to brand. So you see this one is not very opaque, so I'm going to go over it a second time, and according to whichever brand you use, you can or cannot do the same. The next step is to draw on the willow wigs, for which I use a nail tattoo liner, which is from the same store that I have the other one from. I don't know if you have that store. It's called Bipa in your country. I'm in Vienna, so just use any kind of nail liner you can find, and if you don't have one, you can do the same thing with a toothpick. So we're going to draw two fine lines. You can do 3 or you can do 1. I just decided to do 2 because I guess it's pretty for me. Again, we let that dry, and then for the next step. The next step is to draw the little dots that turn the willow into the pussy willow, and for that we need either an extra piece of paper or a small piece of wood, which I use, and a light grey nail color. I'm again using Be Pretty, same brand I was using before, and then just place some of it on your paper or wood. Just create a small puddle, because the next step is to use a dotting tool, or in my case a pen that doesn't work anymore, so I can use it for this. Dip it in here and then just make little dots along the lines. I'm sorry if my hands are a bit shaky, I had a coffee, and if you know my previous videos, you know I'm not supposed to have coffee. So here we go. Trying to place a few dots. They don't all have to be the same size, and you also don't have to put a special order into this. Just arrange them randomly in a way that looks nice to you. We are creating something that comes from nature, so it can't be symmetrical, because you're never going to find a symmetrical pussy willow on any tree, so it's fine to just do it in a way that you like. Same as with the base coat, you can do a second drop of color onto every little spot so it's brighter and has more visibility, because especially after you put on the top coat, this might fade out a bit. and then you don't see the dots that well anymore. And the last step is to apply a top coat. Here it's okay if you just use one layer, it should be fine. Make sure your nails are dry before you apply this, because you might destroy basically your design if you put it on too soon, but if you just wait 2 minutes it should be good enough. And there we go. Happy Easter!